Hey guys, welcome back to Live, Love, Life, and Travel. This is your girl Shamika, and if you're new here, welcome. Just to let you know, I upload my videos throughout the week, and I talk about traveling, I talk about love, I talk about mental, spiritual, emotional health, I talk about sex, I talk about alternative living, and everything else in between. So if you're interested, please hit that subscribe button. So, welcome to another Storytime Sunday. I know I haven't done a Storytime Sunday in a little bit. I'm trying to get back on schedule some sort of way. I'm just going to try to go back to doing my story times on Sundays, my free talks on Fridays and Saturdays, and my travel videos throughout the week, sprinkled around with some vlogs and stuff like that. I just uploaded a vlog, my first kind of like attempt to doing a vlog since like over a year anyway, so tell me what you guys think about it. Anyway, so today's story time is the time I got served tea by a Thai police. I think he was a police anyway. It was like a couple of months ago, almost a couple of months ago now, and I was on my way to Malaysia, and I was coming from Bangkok going to like the Butterworth area. It's not Butterworth anymore, but like the border where you stop from Thailand to Malaysia and get off to get another train to Malaysia. I was on my way to that stop, and usually when I take the train, I'm always used to getting off at the last stop. So if I do a sleeper train, I never have to worry about like missing my stop, because for the most part it's the last stop. I'm going to get up anyway because everyone's getting off the train. But this time I wasn't getting off the last stop. I was getting off like the second or the third to last stop. A lot of times when there's not a lot of tourists on the train, they just announce the stops in Thai. And it was a sleeper train, so I'm sleeping. So the only way for me to know for sure if I was getting off the stop is to get up every single time they stopped and ask people like, is this the stop? And I wasn't going to trust myself to do that. So I asked one of the workers on the train if he can wake me up when we get to my stop, because I didn't trust myself to get up when I needed to get up. And so the worker said, yeah, for sure, like go to sleep, I'm gonna wake you up when your stop comes, no problem. He didn't do that. He woke me up when we got to the last stop, and it was that cool. He apologized for it profusely, and he offered to pay for a ticket for me and another fellow traveler who also was told that he was going to wake him up. He paid for both of our tickets to get back to where we needed to go. We just needed to get off the train and wait at the train station for like a half an hour to 45 minutes or something like that. And I did a video before about one of the things you learn while traveling, and one of the things you learn about while traveling is like just relax, go with the flow, and not let things overwhelm you, stress you out, give you anxiety or a panic attack or anything like that. So what? I missed my stop. Big deal. I'm gonna get back to my stop eventually. I'm gonna get to Malaysia a little bit later than I wanted to, and Malaysia is not going anywhere, so big deal. I got off the train and got my stuff, and we went, me and the other guy, we quickly made travel buddy friendships together, and we went and sat at the train station. And I have never been to this part of Thailand. It was a very rural part of Thailand. I don't think a lot of tourists go here whatsoever, because boy, was I a sight to be seen. Like, I had all eyes on me. Like, I was literally sitting there, and it was just like a people just like staring at me and like looking at me, and people asking to touch my hair and if it was my real hair. And look, I just started saying it's my real hair, because every time I say it's not my real hair, they seem really disappointed, like, aw. So I just started saying it is my real hair, because they get really excited when I say that, and they're like, oh my god, it's so pretty, oh my god. So everyone's looking at me and staring at me, and it was interesting because I've never seen that part of Thailand, and just, it's not like I walked around, but like just seeing like the school kids and stuff like that. I don't know. So we were just sitting there, just talking, small talk, and one of the Thai cops, at least I think he was a Thai police, he could have just been someone who worked at the station, but they wear uniforms all the same, like they all look like Thai police to me. And so he came out and he asked the guy first if he wanted coffee, and the guy politely declined, and then he looked at me and said, well, would you like some coffee? And I was like, why not? It's not like I'm doing anything else. And so I got up and followed the guy into the little office where all the other Thai uniformed men were. And it was broad daylight. It was a lot of people around. There was a lot of glass. So I wasn't just walking into like the dark abyss with a bunch of Thai men in uniform. So don't worry. And so I sat down at a desk, and he immediately served me a cup of coffee. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. And then he went and got me a cup of tea. And I was like, oh wow, thank you. So I had a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. And then he went and got all these biscuits and all these cookies and like set them out for me. And was like, here you go, like enjoy, enjoy. And then another Thai guy who was sitting there was eating breakfast. And he took half his breakfast and he gave it to me like, here, eat, eat, eat. And I don't know, like if I looked starved or something, but it was really, really nice. The breakfast was basically just a few sweet bananas wrapped in sweet sticky rice, and it's sort of like just a treat or like a sweet snack or whatever. And they were actually pretty good, and I like bananas and I like sticky rice, so it's fine. And so I just sat there like drinking my tea, which was really, really good actually, and the coffee was really good, having my sweet bananas with sticky rice, and they just like gave it to me, and they were just sitting back like asking me all these questions like, where are you from, how long you been traveling, and oh my god, you're from California, I love California, and trying to say like California things they know, like Hollywood, and you know, like Bob Marley, is just anything American they can think of, Obama, you know, and it was just nice. Like, they didn't have to do that. They didn't do that for anybody else that was sitting out there. And so they're really sweet to me, and I just sat there pretty much for like, you know, a good 15 minutes, just sort of eating and drinking the tea and having chit chat with them, and they were just being really funny and fun, and it was nice. And I took a couple of the crackers and took it back out for my friend because I didn't know if he wanted any crackers, and that was it. And so yeah, that was pretty much the story. Another thing I want to say is like, this again is, I don't understand like so many people like go out and say like, oh, Thai people are like scammers, and Thai people all they care about is eating, like, or they're small-minded or whatever. Like, people have like so many negative things to say about Thai people, and I don't really understand why, because like, again, I've only had a lot of good experience with them. Yes, I've had the occasions where they try to scam me or overcharge me for things, but again, and like I said in another video, I don't hate their hustle. I rather people hustle for their money and like try to think of ways to make money instead of like just asking for a handout or begging for money. Like, whatever they can think of how to make money, they're gonna think about it. They're hustlers and they're entrepreneurs, and they figure out how to make money. And if the rich old white dude from Florida wants to pay an extra $50 for his cab ride, then why not? Like, just don't scam me. You know what I mean? Just don't hustle me. But I'm not mad at their hustle. But like, a lot of people, some scams are like worse than others. I do agree, but for the most part, yes, I've experienced that, but I've experienced so many good things from Thai people as well. And I also think that it has a lot to do with the energy you put out there. Like, if I would have got woken up and been told that I missed my stop, and if I would have got all mad and pissed off and stressed out and like, oh, like I told you to wake me up and you didn't wake me up, and I would have stormed off the train and sat there and just like huffed and puffed the whole time and pissed off, and I hate Thailand, I hate Thai people, do you think the same thing would have happened? Probably not. So I do think a lot of it is the energy you put out there. So I think that's one of the reasons why I've experienced so many good things, because I feel like I just try to put out the best energy possible. I'm not perfect and I'm not a Miss Goody Two-Shoe, don't get me wrong. I have a lot of flaws and I have a lot of things I need to work on. I'm not saying I'm perfect whatsoever, but I do believe like anytime I'm putting out the best energy possible, I kind of get that back. Not all the time. Some people can be assholes. It doesn't matter what kind of energy you're putting out there. But I feel like if you're going to go around being all like negative and pessimistic and all this stuff, if you let 1 or 2 or even 3 episodes with a Thai person that wasn't the nicest could sort of color the whole Thai people for you, and now from now on you have a negative view of them, and that's the energy you keep putting out there, then you can't really expect to get anything good back. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's my story. The train eventually came. We got on a 3rd class like car seat, but it was only like 30 minutes, so it wasn't that bad, and it was actually kind of cool sitting in a train with the locals, and like the windows were down and seeing the nature go by and everything like that. So it turned out fine. I got to my destination just perfectly fine. Everything was great, and I had a cute little experience to go along with it. If I didn't miss my stop, I wouldn't have had that experience, so I'm glad I did. Anyway, that's my story. So tell me what you think. Put in a comment in the comment section below. If you have your own amazing travel stories that happened to you in Thailand or Asia or anywhere else around the world, please share with the community. Like this video if you want to like it. Share this video if you want to share it. It really, really helps, guys. And if you want to continue to follow me on this beautiful, crazy game called life, please subscribe. And if you subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications when I do upload. And check out the links below. And thank you from Live, Love, Life, and Travel.